Hello, hi, and welcome to, I guess, Sunday night. Oh my God. I'm trying a couple of new things tonight. I am still not quite set up with like links and automatic shout outs and stuff, but I'm trying to learn, trying to get there. Twitch has got me in like some kind of university course to teach me how to use Twitch. I think I just figured out today how to use emotes effectively over there, so I can be all colorful and fun and energetic when I'm watching Briar or Thorgan or Cat Pants or any of my friends over there on Twitch. So if I didn't shout out your name over on Twitch, I do apologize. I'm doing my best here. But yeah, I'm also on mouse and keyboard tonight because I was having some trouble with my Starfield branded controller that I picked up when I first got the game way back when, and it was causing me some issues. So I have plenty of med packs tonight, and I'm all set there. So all of my normal little bubble hooks of, oh God, where am I going to get the cooking oil? We don't have that going on. But we do have Bubbles trying to remember how to use the mouse and keyboard, which I haven't done in Starfield, I don't think ever, because I have that Starfield controller, and so I just use that. So we'll see how long I can go on this one. But we're not going to go super late tonight. I did 5 hours last night. That was crazy. And I woke up this morning and I needed traction or something. I had to like do a bunch of stretches and stuff more than my normal, so not to whine or anything, but it was a long one last night, and it was already noon when I woke up today, so I can't afford that late tomorrow for sure. Mr. Lothar, good to see you, bud. Emotes for Dummies, that was a good book. Yeah, I need something like Emotes for Dummies, because there's like a whole tribal language over on Twitch that I don't yet speak fluently. And it was nuts. But there's all kinds of cool little articles and stuff that pop up, and I think they're context based. So I'll go over there and it's like, oh my God, I got like my first ever sub on Twitch after I got affiliate. Shout out Thorgan Ironside. What a champion. Thank you so much, my friend and brother in Starfield and Fallout and all of the other things. That was a fantastic way to start off. So Thorgan's the founding member over there, or one of the founding members anyway, over on Twitch, and that's super fun. But I went over there to look, and it took me like 20 minutes to figure out how to know. I got an email that said, hey, you got a subscriber, and then it took me 20 minutes to figure out who was my subscriber. I don't feel old necessarily until I interface with some of the technology, which is weird because I've been working in tech since '97, in one way or the other. But it's starting to pass the old bubbles by. It really feels like it. So you couldn't stay awake. Well, you missed the only thing you really missed, and it's a highlight that's been clipped, is the entire time, of course, I had our buddy Sam with me. And I was doing my best to flirt with him and make him fall in love with me. Somewhere along the line, while doing his story quest, we were attacked by a ship captain, a bad ship captain, an enemy ship captain, and I killed him back. And Sam got really, really upset. So he was like, don't talk to me, don't touch me, don't look at me. Every time I got near him, he would tell me off. But the quest was progressing at that point, and I knew we were headed towards the big romantic ally ship. And sure enough, we got to that point, and he did the whole profession of love, and I'm the best thing that ever happened. And then as soon as that was over, I clicked on him again. He was like, get the fuck away from me. So I speed ran my romance with Sam from flirting to professions of love to divorce and go away from me, all in like, I don't know, 35 seconds. It was fantastic. Good old Sam. So he's retired back to the lodge for now because he doesn't want to have anything to do with me whatsoever. He said I was stinky and that if I had anything to say, I better just say it and then get out of his face, and various other mean things. So I'm like, you know what? I don't even have the option to explain myself to this guy. I didn't even want to do that quest. I was only doing it for him. So he can hang out at the lodge now from now on, and that's just the way that's going to have to be. So we are here. We're in Aquila City, and I thought we'd start off the night with something nice and easy so I can kind of learn the mouse and keyboard here. Because honestly, I only brought it up long enough to look at a good screenshot of the character with all of her outfit and everything and try to make a thumbnail for tonight. I didn't really get a chance to play with the mouse and keyboard, so we're gonna learn that as we go by helping out the good people of Aquila City for a half hour, 45 minutes, and maybe we can learn what it is that we need to do. You got a water cooler mod that actually works in Starfield. Nice. I've always wondered why I have all these recipes I'm trying to learn, but I lack water, and yet I live in a sci-fi utopia. I mean, mostly. The trash pickup over here in Aquila is notoriously bad. But, you know, you can't have everything, right? So, yeah, fun stuff. Mouse and keyboard. I mean, it looks phenomenal, and it controls really well. And some things are easier.
Not sure if
For example, I now have the ability to use all of this, which I did not have the ability to use except for these crossbar numbered and, you know, symboled ones here with the controller. And now I can use them all, which is super nice. So there are going to be benefits, obviously, and there's going to be a learning curve as well. But I think I'm going to have to retire the Starfield controller. You know, maybe I can put it in my diecast Vasco's arms or something, and it can sit there for all posterity and be another thing I have to dust every once in a while, you know. But let's run over here. Try to keep this light and fun and hopefully a little simple, at least for a half hour or so I can figure out exactly how to move and, you know, all that kind of stuff without having my controller, which will be super interesting.
I could really see loving it here. I'm just thankful to be alive after that robbery.
I got a message that Marco here and his family have moved to Aquila City, and they're having a hard time, so I felt like I needed to come over and help them out. Maybe that'll be simple. Maybe that'll be hard. I don't know if they need help moving a fridge or, you know, they want something retrieved from somewhere. I guess time will tell, but let's dive in and check it out. How's everybody doing tonight? How has your weekend been so far? And all that good stuff?
We've been given as much charity as I can stomach.
No more clickety-click of the Bubbles controller, Raven. I apologize if you've been tuning in for the clickety-click. Hopefully I can hook you with something else, you know, because I think the clickety-click is going to be out of commission for a while anyway. Trying to find Tommy. Exactly. I ran into Tommy. When did I run into Tommy? I want to say it was this morning. I got on and I got some sunglasses and that type of thing, but he was here in Aquila. He was walking around and I talked to him again and I picked up some more CCDs and some more treats and that type of thing. So the only place I haven't seen Tommy actually now is in Neon. As far as I know, he's just in those three places, right? So Jemison, Aquila, and Neon. So we shall see. But always a pleasure to pick up Tommy. And as soon as I find him in Neon, then he's getting axed to friends and being brought along for the big adventure along with his pet. So, yeah, Andresia's, she's a little bloodthirsty. I'm hoping that she's a little more tolerant towards killing bad guys than Sam was, because he got real paladin on me last night for some reason, and I'm not sure, you know, what the hell that's all about, but wow. He was super upset. Thank you, Ghost. I will, as soon as I'm not in a dialogue. I really mean it. I want to help. Or I'm curious what you're talking about.
Remember, you asked. Simone, my wife, has got a cousin, Milena Exelrod.
So did you finally get one, Raven, or?
For Milena.
Just no luck at all. Might have to park Andresia back at the ship for a little bit. Go get your flyer.
Might be she'd do something for her kin.
I saw
I'm looking for a job.
Ghost Rider 231 was running around the other day with a dodo bird, and I was like, ooh, where do I get a dodo bird?
And I know she's got problems of her own with Aquila City.
Oh, Surly Lothar, subscribe with Prime. Lothar, is that you? It's got to be you. Who else would be Lothar? Thank you so much. That is so freaking awesome. Shout out Lothar. That is amazing. I am just stunned. Thank you, my friend. That is really cool. Thanks for your Bezos bucks. I certainly appreciate that. That's awesome. I got a ship. It shouldn't be a problem to talk to Melina.
You are an answer to our prayers. Milena called Simone yesterday.
You can't bring yourself to catch a grow. I can't wait to get a grow, but apparently you got to get 2 or 3 at a time. Because they get really lonely if you only take one.
I'm saving up to see the alien extravaganza.
You guys, I watched a really cool video the other day about Starfield, and it was one of those kind of long form think pieces, documentary type thing, except it was super positive. It was from a very unique point of view that I had never seen a Fallout or Bethesda style or Starfield style think piece type video in. You know, most of them are pretty negative and 2.5 hours long of memes and people bitching about how much they hate the game or whatever. And I don't typically watch those, but this one looked different, and I'm really glad I watched it. As soon as I can dredge it up from my memory banks, I'm gonna link it in my channel thing, and once you see that, if you get a chance to watch it, it's well worth your time. It was this wonderful creator who does these kind of I don't know, it was almost like Nietzsche. It was like philosophy, and it talked about like the conditions under which the game was made, the time period, and kind of the existential loneliness of Starfield. And he showed off some panoramas and views that were just so good. And I know I'm making it sound kind of dry. I'm not really doing it justice. But I was just really, really impressed with it. So as soon as I can dig that up, I'm going to link it in my community section of my YouTube page. Because I really want to share it with my friends. It was fantastic, and if you have, you know, a solid 45 minutes to sit down and watch it, you really can't go wrong. I thought it was very well done. So not all the news out there, of course, is negative, and we try to keep it positive here, and I know Briar does, and Thorgan does, and Ghost, of course, creating content, doing all of the things for Xeno Master, as well as his own streaming, definitely keeps it really positive. But you know, there's always been this kind of negative dialogue about Starfield, and it was really nice to see a think piece, a documentary style think piece with B-roll so inspirational that it made me rethink the entire way that I do B-roll. So I definitely want to share it if I can dig it back up, but I thought I'd throw that out there right now. Such things do exist. Something about liminal spaces in Starfield, and I'm a sucker for that. Ask Synthetic Psalms. It's a topic of conversation that him and I have gone around on for years, as far as liminal spaces in games, going to the back rooms and all that kind of stuff. But Starfield does it right, for sure. Yes, we are still in our Freestar Ranger ship here. I did get a chance to learn a couple new things from Larry today, as far as how to change things around without erasing the doors in my ships. It's going to take some time to mess around with that. Hey, Larry. Speak of the devil when he appears. I saw Larry's new ship. It's a Freestar ship, and it will be coming soon. I saw a sneak peek of that. It was really cool. But there's a ton to learn in this game for me still. Like how to fly a ship without a controller, apparently. Okay. I think that's about as steady as she's gonna go. I love it. Oh my god, this is great. Uh-oh. That's gonna be a problem. I would have to jump right into the middle of some kind of fight. And why I'm getting up out of my chair. Oh no, that's a terrible thing to do in the middle of a firefight, Bubbles. That's, yeah. That's not good. Well, I really had no idea that I would be in the middle of a fight. Am I really attacking bounty hunters? I guess I am. Okay. All right, let's see. Yeah, I can't hold it steady at all. Well, this is a whole nother ball game. Let's see if targeting the engines is easier this way. No, maybe no. Not at all. Not even remotely easier. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we're probably gonna die here. I may have to plug the controller back in and just grin and bear it long enough to, how do I exit targeting? Escape, okay. So sometimes Bubbles can't find cooking oil. Other times he's completely out of med packs for the entire evening. Other times he's alienating all of his companions in some strange and crazy way. And then there's times like this where he can't fly a ship to save his life. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. All right. Yes, it's definitely the Three Stooges of spaceships. I plugged the controller back in. Hopefully that takes effect in a second. And it's not going to work for ground combat, that's for sure, because it doesn't want to use my paddles very well. But at least I'll be able to fly a little bit more the way I'm used to anyway.
Thanks for the assist. You're welcome to board.
Okay. All right. Good. Wow. Okay. Back to the mouse and the keyboard. Yeah, well, as you saw, Raven, I mean, I'm sure there's a muscle memory thing with that, and I have no doubt that I can master it, but in the middle of a fight is probably not the time that I'm going to be mastering it, because as you saw, I was actually, like right now, trying to R for dock. No. R for dock. No. I have absolutely no idea.
Thanks for the assist. You're welcome to board.
Oh, maybe I have to hold R. Yes, that's what it was. Okay, I got it. Okay. Yes, the comedy of errors continues, folks. Thanks for hanging in. Good times. But I love this kind of stuff. Oh, did I just... Yes, I did. All right, terrific. It's a touch and go. That's what they call a touch and go in aviation, right? I land, I take off again. I land, or in this case, dock. Well, it's the muscle memory thing, Mo. You know what I mean? Like, you're so used to doing it on one control scheme, and then you switch to another one, and you're in a fight with like 3 or 4 ships at once, and everything starts coming at you, and well, you know how it goes. You saw how it goes, right? Milena. Dock, undock, crash randomly.
If fighting the fleet doesn't get the juices flowing, you're doing it wrong. It's supposed to be safe around here, but Cheyenne has always been just a giant bastard to me. Unless you're a native. In which case, oh my god, I love what you've done with the place.
Marco Jansen sent me, his family is in dire financial straits and needs your help. So you enjoy fighting pirates. How'd Cheyenne get on your bad side?
I swear, every time I come
Let's
to
try
the
that.
hood,
Let's find
something
out
goes
more
to
about
shit.
this whole situation.
But it always calls me back. Take now. I'm just supposed to be doing some deliveries, and whammo! Pirates! Cheyenne's going to get me one of these days. No, not one bit. I enjoy surviving fighting pirates. Big difference.
Well, I suppose there is. All right. So Marco Jansen sent me, his family is in dire financial straits and needs your help.
Ha! I knew it! I knew it! Simone should have told me. Her and Marco are so damned proud. I'd love to help them out. Might be I've got a checkered history with the fine city of Aquila. If you clear up any lingering hard feelings, then I could resume doing business there. I'd set up Stick-Up-His-Ass Marco as my official importer. Then wins all around.
All right. Tell me how to do that.
Well, two paths I see. The trade authorities got a fixer named Tom Starrett. He might be able to facilitate things. Or Mayor Cartwright. Got that windbag. Well,
there's always
if he
something, though,
takes
right?
Sorry,
You know?
that would work.
Always going to be something.
Either way, I expect credits will be on the line. On the back end, I could afford to give you a taste of the action. Not sure it'll cover the fees.
Okay. I might try talking to the mayor.
You're brave. I mean, obviously, with all the...
I'm pretty sure the mayor
out
has a
there.
quest for me too, so
Marco
who knows?
doesn't
Maybe I
deserve.
can get on his good side.
But Simone...
It seems like it would have been easier just to give Marco
Just put
some
things
money.
away. Just let Marco know.
Less of an adventure, but easier. All right. What a bunch of characters, man. The settled system. Settled systems is just hilarious that way. All right, what is happening? How do I get back to my ship? Is this the way to go? Or is this the way to go? That's the way to go. Okay, R for cockpit. I think we've got it. We've also got a way to refuel our ship now from the inside if we need to. But if I remember to talk to every ship's services vendor I see, I can keep topping off for credits. So that's also very nice. Learned a little bit about the fuel system today and turned that back on. So. Oh my goodness. Am I still on the right quest? I guess I am. Okay, so I'm flying to Skink. You still forgot to get Derek. You gotta grab Derek, man. He's a blast. I wonder why it's so difficult. Oh, as I see, there's like multiple jumps between because I'm on real fuel now. Fair enough. Okay. Star Bible takes care of fuel for you.
This is Free Star Space. Please hold your current speed and heading while we scan you for contraband.
I am so hesitant to add any more survival-like mechanics to my game because of what happened with the last save and how everything started having 300 million hit points at a certain point around level 18. Has not happened yet here, although I'll admit it can be difficult to clear a dungeon when you don't bring any med packs with you whatsoever, but that's just good fun, right? So Derek is a creation. I don't remember exactly how much. I think he was $3. I want to say $3. Worth every penny in my opinion, but everybody's different. Derek, once you have that creation installed and activated in your load order, will show up right outside Constellation and be standing near the door as you approach the first time or come out. He's just standing there on the left. So he's really easy to pick up. He's really easy to just have him wait. I've made that mistake before when I was playing before, but I wasn't streaming when he first came out. See, there's Tommy's.
We need to be smarter.
You are
Better in
not
the way we
Tommy.
handle the ash stuff.
How do I duck? There I go. Okay. For some reason, since I unplugged the controller, though, Apotheosis isn't giving me kind of the oh god, what is that called? Come on, Bubble, snap out of it. Since Star Sub, like it normally does when I'm using the controller and I'm in sneak mode, which is a great way to spot Tommy because of his haircut and the fact that he's got a pet following him. But we'll worry about that at another time, I guess. Oh man, Arcane, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, soup is sometimes just what the doctor ordered, man. we've got this fantastic deli that brings the best chicken noodle soup with matzo balls I have ever had. And when you're sick, it hits the spot for sure. I'm having regrets from Sam in the bar. I didn't actually, I wasn't in the bar with Sam, was I?
Finest folk in
We
the
were
city
overlooking
systems
his
in
great-grandpa's
town.
statue, which I thought was probably the cringiest first date that I've ever been on. But, you know, that's Sam for you. He's not exactly smooth, let's put it that way.
Good to meet you, friend. Name's Elias Cartwright. I'm the
Elias
mayor of Aquila City.
Cartwright.
Now, I've got a memory for faces, and I can't say I've seen yours around here before. I make it a point to introduce myself to everyone who passes through our fine city. As the founder himself once said, there's no substitute for a warm welcome and a friendly smile.
Well, Mr. Cartwright, I must say you have somehow managed over 170 years to preserve a beautiful old Earth accent that I would have thought would have been completely died off by now. But I appreciate that. Great job.
You're more than welcome. As I'm sure you know, us folk in the Freestar Collective put great stock in human kindness and generosity of spirit.
I'm gonna have to go back to the lodge and give him to her there, Arcane. You know, I'm not gonna punish the kid for her dad being a schmuck. You know.
United Colonies. We don't rely on machines.
I also suspect that if I sleep for a while or whatever, suddenly Sam will be magically not mad at me anymore.
I won't pry about what brought you here. That's all of your business and none of mine. However, I'd be more than happy to give you the scoop about the
That
core
seems to be how things
and
work
midpoint.
in Starfield, when a character gets mad at you, mad enough at you. I want to get Milena Axelrod permission to do business in Aquila City.
Milena Axelrod? I wished I'd never heard that name again. She's a menace. She punched me in the face. Can you imagine? Why would you want to let her back here? Yes. Maybe. I don't know.
And what's a punch in the face
I
between
mean, she
friends?
ran cargo for me for years. I even considered her a friend. But she stabbed me in the back. Well, not literally. But I swore to keep her banned for
She
life.
literally punched you in the face, but keeping her banned for life seems kind of, I don't know, petty. If we help her, her family, the Jensens, might escape starving to death.
What? Oh, that's terrible. Listen, I feel for the Jansens. If it was just the fisticuffs, I could look the other way. But we caught her smuggling red-handed. She's been blacklisted for good reason. But, legally, if you pay off a bounty, I can't stop her from coming back. But we'll be watching her.
Ooh. Oh.
I'd like to think that,
Yes,
but...
please. I need to raise my persuasion skill if I'm ever going to work successfully for Ryusian. Yeah, the bounty's no problem either, but let's try to lower that price a little bit here. Don't you have anything better to do than ride my ass? Phrasing! Are we still doing phrasing, Raven?
Well, if you say so.
Maybe we can work something out.
Maybe.
You don't know what
Oh,
you're talking
come
about.
on!
I just think it's a bad idea. If you pay her bounty, legally I can't stop you. I can't believe
I'm not going to use my Freestar Ranger power.
Let's
Splashing a
tell her
badge
the
around just
bounty's
isn't my
clear.
style. Alright, her bounty is paid. Report back to Marco. Thankfully, I don't have to fly all the way back out to her, I guess. That's good. I do like that this particular game has learned some of those lessons from the previous games. Less running back and forth. A little bit. Phrasing. Your authority is not recognized in Fort Kick-Ass. I'm kind of in the Vanguard, but I've done a lot more being a deputy than or a sheriff. A ranger, anyway.
Dad keeps saying he's sorry all the time. It's weird.
I think I just joined the Vanguard long enough to be told to go meet somebody at the spaceport and
she's making me her official importer.
get my newbie starting kit.
I'm not sure how much it pays.
Pretty
but
sure
I'll
that's
take
where I
it.
left off.
You have no idea what you've done.
Just be careful. Melena's been caught smuggling before.
I figured it might be something like that. I'll make sure to keep my distance from any of that. I can't wait to tell Simone. This is the first ray of sunshine we've seen in years.
Nothing like a ray of sunshine, though. All right, we've done a little help here. Movement doesn't seem to be much of a chore with the mouse and keyboard. In fact, I feel in some ways like I have a little bit more fine control.
The Council of Governors using our very own.
Well, some ways maybe. But yeah, space fighting. Ooh, that's going to be tough for a while. I might have to go get in the simulators off screen sometime this week and see if I can't jam out on that. Work up some muscle memory for starfighting with a mouse and keyboard. Alright, wait a second. Now where's it trying to send me? Have Jason extract more mods? No, we don't want to do that right now. Yeah, let's do this. We're here in Laredo. One or two more little Laredo side quests I think would be good.
Hello.
I tell you, I can't imagine living anywhere else.
I tell you what, the citizens look so much better in a modded game than on my Xbox, for sure. And I know you can mod your Xbox, but back when I first played, there weren't a lot of mods out, and
I'm Annie Wilcox.
wait,
You're
you're
new in
Annie
town,
Wilcox.
That means I'm gonna keep my eye on you. That's a real suspicious thing to say. You better pick your words carefully around here. See, I work for the Freestar Rangers. I'm the first ever Ranger Surveillance Assistant. And that's not some dumb made-up title. Ranger Emma Wilcox gave it to me. So it's official.
Oh, I get it. Is she your mom?
That's right. She's a senior ranger, which means she's in charge of me and all the other rangers. Well, except Diego, because he's a senior ranger too. Oh, and the marshal. He's in charge of all
Right,
the
there's only
rangers.
like 4 kids in the game and they all look exactly like Sam's daughter. What does a ranger surveillance assistant do?
I watch people and listen to them. If I hear something about smuggling or Aurora or gangs, I tell the rangers. It's easy, because no one pays attention to kids. Plus, I know a lot of good hiding places all over the city.
I'll bet you do. You must be pretty good to earn a title like that.
I'm the best ranger surveillance assistant that ever lived. Someday, I'll teach other kids the tricks of the trade. Gotta prepare the next generation, because I won't be here forever. So what's it gonna be? Are you gonna be a law-abiding citizen? Or are you gonna be on my list?
Wow, this kid is something else, you guys. I don't plan on causing any trouble, if that's what you're asking. Except maybe with Sam.
That's the right answer. I just hope you mean it. Aquila City is just crawling with crime. It's everywhere. And it's up to us Rangers to do something about it.
And Ranger Surveillance Assistants.
Wow, look at that, a
Someone's
totally
stealing
different kind of
stuff from
kid.
Laredo Arms.
And none of the adults believe us.
So we're hoping, you know, you can help us break it all open.
You gave Sarah's semi-adopted child a blonde mohawk. Nice. Very nice. If there's a criminal loose, I'm game to help.
Emily was right about you. I was doing my ranger patrol one night, and there was a suspicious.
Oh my God, you met kids in real life?
Radio on.
I just raised a couple, by the way. They're in their 20s now.
But I could rush home to bed.
And I love them to death.
First
They're
thing in the
adorable.
morning, I came back and
But as
interrogated
teenagers,
Justin Sneed.
probably
And he
not
said
quite
they
as
were tracking
preteen
down
as this
some
one.
inventory discrepancies.
But cocky?
I told him
Ugh.
about the suspicious stranger, but Mr. Sneed didn't believe me.
We had the good sense to smile and nod when adults were talking to us when we were younger. But that's because, like, in the 70s, they would just run you over with a car. And then go tell your mother and it would be your fault. But my kids and their friends in their early teen years were cocky like I have never seen towards adults. It was like, really? Are you... Get in here. What the hell are you doing? That doesn't seem like a coincidence at all.
Exactly. This case was too big for just one ranger, so I deputized Emily.
I'm an assistant ranger surveillance assistant.
I blame memes, man, and video games.
Something like that.
No?
And we found out
How about
that
rock
the
and
thief
roll? I
breaks
blame
in
rock
most
and roll.
nights, but, like,
No, that doesn't really work
really
either.
late. He's got his own
I got
key card.
nothing.
We just need to catch him.
They
Security
shove you
will
back in the
be
station
you.
wagon with 6 other kids, yeah, for sure. Seatbelts. They used to lay a board across the back seat and then throw our sleeping bags on that and tell us to get some rest because it was going to be a long day of driving. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure they weren't all that concerned with how many kids got shoved in the back seat. Let's put it that way. I'll see what I can do. I can't believe I'm going to help with your harebrained scheme. Wait, he has a key card?
Emily caught him opening the side door one night. That's when we knew for sure we have an actual criminal here.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
You're doing Aquila City a big service. Best I figure he's there around midnight. You need to wait
The
for
back
lights on the
window,
radio and
yes.
catch him red-handed.
Like in an old Buick
We need to
Starlight
bring him
or
to
something.
justice.
With a back window big enough to put a whole cat carrier in, let alone a kid. It's so good to see you. I saw the pictures of your apartment, or the walkthrough. That was so great. I'm so glad that you made it home safely. Oh yeah, back at the pickup truck.
I'm good.
I remember I must have been about 10 or 11, maybe 10, and we were going to the river, which if you're from LA, like I am, Los Angeles, the river could mean a lot of different things, but in this case it was like partially concrete, but also partially overgrown, and it had flooded, and then they hadn't cleaned this section of it out. So there was a part that we walked up to get to where we were going once we parked. That was kind of the concrete, flood control river type thing. But there was also a part of it that was more wildlands and wetlands and that type of deal. But we had to drive like 90 minutes on the freeway to get to where we were going. And I remember my mom's boyfriend, he was a tree trimmer dude. So he had one of those little pickup trucks, like a Mazda or a Toyota or something, those little half-size pickup trucks. And he threw all of us kids in the back. And then he handed me a boombox and he said, "You're in charge of the back stereo." And in the boombox was Cheap Trick's Heaven Tonight. And we blasted that thing all the way there. Now, on the freeway at like 90 miles an hour, you couldn't really hear the music all that well. So we were all laying down in the bed of the truck, push the beer cans and shit to the side, and laying down in the bed of the truck with our heads on the speakers, trying to listen to Cheap Trick or something. It was wild, but I'll never forget it. And that was, of course, not the only time I rode in the back of a truck, but one of the most memorable, for sure. And I'm not even mad. I mean, obviously, parents would be in a lot of trouble if they tried that kind of thing today, but it was a formative adventure. What are we doing? Are we sneaking up on people? Surprise attack.
What?
Shit. The back stereo. I think he called it the back stereo. I can't really remember, but I'll never forget the boombox and the Cheap Trick cassette. It was like the first time I ever heard that. I was just in love, and so was every kid in the back of the truck. So we were laying down in there, all trying to put our head up against the stereo, which of course doesn't seem very good for your hearing at this point either. So we can hear it over the sound of the whoosh, you know, the cars and the traffic, and of course doing the arm pull down thing whenever a big truck, we'd pass a big truck or something, so they'd honk the horn at us, and you know, all that cool late 70s, early 80s kids in the back of truck horse shit that you don't see very often anymore. Skulking around a factory at midnight. Nothing suspicious here.
I can explain. It's not... Oh, hell. Oh, God, no. Security.
Everyone, don't move! Don't anybody move. Let's see.
Such
If it ain't
attitude.
the hero of Galbank. And who do we have here? Looks like you're carrying a lot of weapons for a nighttime stroll.
Me? I've got like 30 weapons.
I give up.
Smart move. I got a tip something was going down tonight. Was little Annie actually right about all this?
You're hailing impaired, so you just start shouting? Did you mean hailing impaired? Because that's funny. And if you meant hearing impaired, it's still funny, but it's a little more tragic. Annie may be a kid, but she's formidable. Might want to consider giving her a real badge.
Now that's a terrifying thought. I got her from here. Aquila City owes you again. And, thank Annie for me. Dear God, she's never gonna let us hear the end of this.
Probably not. That's kids for you, though. That was a ridiculously easy quest. It happened to be midnight when I got done talking. What was this kid doing out at midnight? Hailing me down and trying to get me to help her with her crime stopping. That's insane. So Arcane made a point. He said if we were back by midnight, or by, not midnight, derp, by the time the lights came on, we were all right. And there is definitely some truth to that old mythology. For any of you young people who are sick of hearing about the Gen X nonsense, that is definitely a real thing. But here's the deal. I kind of lucked out in that my mom was a square dancer. And so if the street lights, like in the summer, for example, came on after she had already gotten dressed up in her crinolines and her dress and all that stuff, and then left to go dancing for the evening on like Tuesdays and Thursdays or Friday and Saturday, then she was gone before the streetlights came back up. So I didn't technically have to be back till the streetlights came up because she wasn't going to be back until 1, 2 in the morning. So yeah, little getting away with it over in Bubbletown for sure. A square dancer. Do you know what that is, Raven?
Scanning.
You did hear that right. Yes, you did hear that right.
Got to admit, I'm impressed how fast.
Did you catch the thief? Tell me it worked.
Annie, what are you doing up? It's way past your bedtime.
Nice.
Mom,
well, I
I
just wanted to
have
make
to know.
sure. You know, it's
You
not
got it right,
as big of a
right?
deal as it used to be back in the 70s and 80s, unfortunately. And it's one of those things that has kind of aged along with the people that were doing it back then. At least as far as I can tell from the outside looking in, just hearing about her adventures still continuing as she approaches 80. Yeah, it's they'd go out and they would have these insane after parties after the dance at the Shakey's Pizza, and then they'd come back like half shit faced, and so we got away with a lot, like for sure, me and my baby sister both, and all of our friends, because they used to be kind of stuck at our house as well, because the other parents would drop them off, or we'd all kind of congregate there. And of course, most of the time we weren't really doing anything, you know. It was D&D or you know, something nerdy like that, something relatively harmless. But as I got 12, 13, 14, I started getting into rock and roll and trying to play in bands, and we got away with some stuff, let's be honest.
I knew it.
Annie L. Wilcox, what did you do?
I told you about it. You know the Laredo robberies? Well, we caught the thief.
Wait, so that's real?
Of course, Mom.
It was
I
real.
told you.
She's telling the truth. You're not pulling my leg, right?
And she and her friend were really instrumental in catching the culprit.
Oh boy. Annie, we'll talk more about this later. But I'm proud of you.
Mom's
But
proud
you've got
and
to be
terrified.
careful.
Yes, Mom. I'm gonna be the best ranger surveillance assistant ever.
Thank you for helping my girl and anything else involved. Take this. Lord preserve me.
Got the Ranger's badge.
Yeah,
didn't
my
ya?
mom was,
That's great.
she was pretty hip to a lot of the stuff, but she also turned kind of a blind eye to some of the less harmful stuff, I suppose. So, parties and bonfires, for sure. Yeah, we tended to live in apartments, so we didn't really have that, but as a teenager, especially by the time I was 15 or so, I keep seeing Tommy's pet running around, but no Tommy. There was always some place to go for a big party or bonfire. The beach was, within bike distance. Get on your BMX bike and head down the LA River, and you'd be at the beach. Probably 25, 30 minutes of bike riding, which when you're 10, 11, 12 is nothing. You're supposed to be at your buddy Tommy's house 3 doors down, but nobody's going to know because nobody's going to check. So. And then there were, of course, once we got our driver's licenses, there were times where we were at the beach in the morning and up in the mountains playing in the snow in the evening with bonfires and bands. And she knew about a lot of it. She says she didn't, and then other times she claims she did. What I do know was I was playing with one of my very early bands, and we were playing at this place called the Doll Hut in Santa Ana, Anaheim. Little hole-in-the-wall punk rock beer bar, dive bar. Probably holds 150 people if you really pack them in. And we were doing a show there. We did shows there all the time. But all of a sudden I see the crowd by the door kind of part, and in walks 2 people who are obviously very visibly out of place. One is dressed in a Western shirt with like one of those little bolero ties, and his hair like, Supercuts haircut parted just so. And we're all rocker, punk rocker, dyed hair and makeup and leather and denim, and so it just was out of place. And then right behind him comes bouncing in my mother with her kinky curly hair and her crinoline square dance outfit and her little badges all over it, 'cause she was always like the bookkeeper and chief marketing officer and whatever club she was in, the square dancing clubs. And they come bouncing in, and they immediately gravitate to the back. And Tom, who's my stepfather now, they were just dating at the time, is standing there looking like a wooden statue, like one of those Russian dolls, right? One of the soldiers. And he's just standing in the corner like, what the hell have I gotten myself into? And my band is playing, and we are loud as hell, we're somewhat tuneful, but we're definitely not the kind of music that he would listen to on a normal basis. And the look on his face was priceless. He was like half bemused at all of the boys and girls and their crazy outfits and clothing and stuff and their hair. And the other half, he was like mortified because it was so loud in that tiny little low-ceilinged room. Everybody's drinking. I didn't know at the time, but he had been sober for like 10 years, and he still is, awesome. But so he just kind of stood in the corner and sipped on like a Sprite or something. My mom, of course, was at the corner of the bar down on the far end away from the band with all of the girls who were like people who followed the band. They were all friends of ours, they weren't like groupies and like what you read in stupid magazines or whatever. They were just like friends of ours, but they knew all the lyrics. They sang to all the songs. They took 4 hours to do each other's hair every night before the show, that kind of thing. And they immediately saw her, realized that she was my mom because they had probably met her once or twice coming over to the house or something. And they pulled her over, and they start doing shots with her and stuff. And she's back there holding court, because she's the queen of the square dance thing with hundreds and hundreds of people. And she's just as good at the punk rock dive bar. I'll never forget it. Tried to put on a rock and roll show, simultaneously trying to thrill our crowd, and at the same time not go too far and make mom uncomfortable. It was adorable looking back on it. It was mortifying at the time, but looking back on it, what a great memory. So, hey Jeremy, how you doing, buddy? Could you square dance to it? Well, you know what? There was a lot of dancing, not a lot of square dancing at that time, but it's funny that you say that because it wasn't 10 years after that, when I was in my mid-20s, that whole like ballroom dancing and swing dancing thing became a big thing amongst my friend group out there in California. And all of a sudden, everybody's getting dressed up in Western shirts and slacks and going out and learning how to ballroom dance. And they got long sideburns and kind of pompadours instead of mohawks, and, you know, affliction stickers on the back of their truck windows. And the more things change, the more things stay the same. What can I say? But there was definitely some line dancing and some dancing of a type that is not unlike square dancing to that same kind of music just 10 years later. So maybe Mom was onto something. Hard to say. Welcome in, Jeremy. Good to see you, bud. I'm going to do something that'll probably make Ghost crazy. But I'm going to knock it out while we're here, and it'll also give us a chance to learn to shoot while we're in mouse and keyboard mode too.
Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days.
It's the Trackers Alliance! Come on down!
Kind of weird reaching out to them instead.
Yeah, Mom and I went round and around many times as I grew up, but what can I say?
No, I trust
She's grown up quite a bit in the intervening years.
I'm only one away. Again. Know what happened the last time I was paired up? I don't want this new one to... What?
Our new potential recruit. She's
standing right here. Yeah, I said I know. I'm aware of her presence, have been since she walked in the door. I said. I stand by it. Rookie?
Probably not, Jeremy, but you have a pretty good excuse why you're not going to be learning anytime soon.
The stars that align our paths.
For most guys my age, when they're like, "Oh, I don't dance, I never dance," blah, 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 I always look at them kind of funny. It's like, are you for real? Like, you know how young people meet other young people, right? And get to hold hands and smoke clove cigarettes and, you know, maybe even sneak a kiss over by the Matterhorn. It's because they're willing to dance with each other. So if you're able-bodied enough to be able to try, get out there and dance. Nobody's watching. Now, in Jeremy's case,
good trait for a tracker. Anyhow, we can talk about punctuality, or we can get down to business. I am Agent Number 1. Or
you can beat bop to the music, though, Jeremy, and that's plenty. Trust me. Haven't made up my mind, but consider me intrigued.
Understandable. Becoming a full-fledged tracker is a daunting prospect. Perhaps then you would consider a trial run of sorts to see if this is something you wish to pursue. Do you have any questions before we proceed?
All right, sure.
Excellent. Before we accept you as an official tracker, you'll need to demonstrate competency in the field. To that end, I would like you to first accept the available bounty on the wanted display on the nearby wall. Then report back to me.
All right, will do, Anakin Skywalker.
Look what the Astra dragged in.
Good. You have your mission. Once you are a tracker, you may not get a briefing like this for your missions. You'll be expected to handle them by yourself.
All right, I can handle that.
Excellent. I knew you could. The target for this mission is admittedly one.
I can confirm. I can confirm.
But because of how often.
But it's falling with style. You know?
His name is Hannibal Eutropius.
And honestly, when you think about it, falling with style is just one step away from being a superhero. Because once you get good enough at falling with style that you can keep missing the floor continuously, you're flying. You know? So there's that.
For your first mission, you were assigned a partner, Roach. He will have more information. Speak with him.
All right, I'll speak with him.
Trackers. You would do well to learn from his techniques. I wish you the best of luck. Leave no quarter. Show no mercy.
Oh, God. Now you got song lyrics playing in my head, Darth Vader.
What are you standing around for when there's fugitives on the loose? Hey, so,
I love this guy.
Early. First arrived.
Yeah, don't even worry about it.
Right. You're not. Because when we're working together, you're going to follow my instructions so you can learn from a real professional.
Listen, by the end, I promise you'll be asking me for tips.
I know you think you're hot shit, but if you don't have the skills to back it up, the only tip I'll
2 more months? 2 more months for what, Jeremy?
Spots in the afterlife. Now let's get down to business.
Don't keep us in suspense.
The Drastos guy is our ticket to finding Hannibal.
Oh,
Find
tell
him, bring him in,
the Outer
and
Worlds
get the
2.
information.
Yes.
Any
2
questions?
or 3 more weeks until I start doing the Outer Worlds 2 on some of the Thursdays as my Thursday game. So as we wind down the story portion of Dune, we're going to be moving into replaying the Spacer's Choice Edition for the first time ever on PC, and for the first time ever with the DLC as my Thursday stream. So let's get moving.
Sounds good. Adrastos was last sighted in town, so we're going to go out there and you'll use your scanner to find him.
Raven's got it. Superhero landings and everything.
To chat with us.
Hell yeah.
Of course, if need be.
And side note, I'm really glad that there were no injuries.
Let's hit the road.
Yeah, I don't need any of that. Let's go.
Don't get yourself killed out there.
Well, yeah, the only thing I need to know is which button activates my scanner. But I don't imagine you're going to know the answer to that, Cucaracha.
Okay, Drastos is like we want.
Yeah, keep it under your hat, because Vats is in here watching. And I haven't had a chance to talk to her about it, but it won't be like completely taking the place of Dune. Dune is awesome. I love Dune. But as I run out of story content, I want to play the Outer Worlds to get ready for the Outer Worlds 2. And then when the Outer Worlds 2 comes, it's pretty much going to be the Outer Worlds 2 until we finish all of its content. And since we won't be able to play the Outer Worlds 2 with mods, maybe we can get some mods for the Outer Worlds Spacer's Choice Edition. Because I know that there are some. It is possible to do it, so. Alright, I believe it is not B. And it is definitely not hold B to put your gun away. That's butt somebody in the head, and that's probably going to make Andreja mad. What is it? Of course it's F. That should be favorite, but it's not. It's okay.
We still got some codes living in Aquila.
No complaints. I'll learn this. I used to play City of Heroes all the time, Arcane, and I got to a point where I was using it a lot, the character creator, to make up characters for D&D games I was running for my kids and their friends at the time. Yeah, I'm on the mouse and keyboard. My Starfield controller is spritzing out of me, and I need to probably just a little bit of cleaning and take it apart, put it back together again. Rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip, and we can get it all straightened out. But I wasn't able to use my Starborn powers last night. I kept doing everything but activating the Starborn powers. So I figured, you know what? Wanted dead or alive? You're not Andrastos. It's so weird. But you're wanted dead or alive? Like a cowboy? On a steel horse you ride? What am I thinking? I'm not a cop. I'm looking for a quest target. And that is not it. Unless Andrastos has a brand new disguise system that I'm not aware of. But I love City of Heroes. And for a while I even had the new sanctioned unofficial server downloaded. But when I reset my PC last year, I haven't downloaded it since. I wasn't playing it very often. Great game though. For sure. I just don't tend to spend a whole lot of time with MMOs. I think the closest I've come to an MMO in the last couple years was about, I don't know, 6-8 months in World of Warcraft with Renfail and his guild. And then of course,
Hey, can I help you?
Excuse me, Fallout 76, which is somewhat MMO adjacent occasionally.
Any paperwork we need to file to clear it out?
I probably could. I'm just not sure that would work for me, you know? As long as you're courteous to the neighbors, do what you If I'm picking up what you're laying down, you could probably make some of those charges go away if I cooperate, huh?
When they see our price,
You know, he would be pretty pissed if he knew I squealed. Who knows what? I might take you up on that offer. Okay, fine. I'll tell you what you want to know. What exactly do you want to know? Something about Hannibal, right?
You need to tell us where he is. Then, as long as...
My God, is Arcane doing the talking?
consider letting you off easy.
Arcane?
Got it.
You sound like Roach. Did you eat Roach? Why are our eyes shut like that? That's, super, super creepy.
You know, I wasn't sure I liked you, but I'm coming around. Truth is, Hannibal could be anywhere. I don't know
Whatever
how to
you do,
tell
don't
where he
trust
is.
Andrastos. Hi, Christina.
I don't
Good to
believe
see ya.
You better start spilling more.
But
Sam's still mad at me, so I left him back at the
lodge.
lodge. Let's see. What else can you tell me about the chop shop?
I don't know what you want me to say. Hannibal's got a
Good
team
morning.
of spacers, mechanics mostly, but also some muscle. If
Yeah,
you're
he's
planning
still
on going,
furious.
you
I
best be
tried
prepared
talking to him, and he was
fight.
like, "You
They don't
stink,
like
and
unannounced
go
visitors."
away, or say what you're gonna say, and then leave me alone." Good. Give us
Yeah,
the
of
location.
course. It's an old abandoned star yard in the Andromos system. Andromos 4A to be exact. Surrounded
Well, beautiful,
by a
dumb, and
field of
moody.
giant space
Because
rocks.
literally, the
Can't
guy
miss
that
it.
he was mad that I shot, I went back and
Actually,
looked,
you can.
was
That's kind of the point.
the enemy captain
You're coming
of the
with us,
ship
then.
that we wouldn't
You
have been
run,
on if we
you
weren't
die.
working on
You
his
cause
personal
commotion, you
quest.
die. You
So
much
not
as
terribly
sneeze
bright.
without asking.
I die. I think I get it. Well, what are we waiting for? To the chop shop.
Right. Hey, rookie. A word?
With Arcane or with you? Are you gonna jump out of Arcane's mouth or? Oh, there you are. You freaking weirdo.
So normally, you'd register Drastos with the system and leave him bound for someone to come pick him up. But
Not only is
we
it
need him to tag along.
5 o'clock in the morning in London,
Now,
but I think technically right now it's
surprise.
4:17 in the afternoon in New South Wales on
Hannibal less chance to escape.
Tuesday? No, it would be Monday. It always confuses me so much whenever I talk to my buddy Ringo. So yes, I am aware that you and Christina are in the very early morning time zones, which blows me away sometimes how you hang in there with me. You guys are the best. I see your gears turning. I'm sensing a plan.
Yeah, I've got one, all right. See,
You're
the
either up
last
really
guy
early or up really late.
knowingly donated his ship. It's a nice ride. Parts are valuable. We'll use that. Drastos here is going to help us on the comms as we approach.
Yeah, they're well into tomorrow afternoon.
Or he'll find
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
without a suit.
It's the next
He's going
day
to play it as
minus
if he jacked the
6
ship and brought
hours,
it to
I
the
think,
chop
this time of
shop.
year.
He's
Thorgan!
going to do it without
What's up,
giving
buddy?
away
Good
that
to
we're
see
on
ya.
board, because he knows what'll happen if he does.
All right, Arcane.
As
Get
I
some
was
rest,
saying,
buddy.
I'm going
I'm
to
sorry
do
the soup
just
didn't
that.
help, but we'll talk to you later. All right, seems as good a plan as any. Yeah.
Great. Let's get to it then. The ship's parked at the spaceport. You'll be the one in the pilot's seat. So
Well, it always messes with my mind too because I've known Ringo since we were 14.
wrap this one up
So
nice and
he will send me a message. I will get it in the morning. I will go to, and we talk on WhatsApp, right? So it's like a walkie-talkie, recorded walkie-talkie. I will go to record him a message, and then I'll realize that idiot sleeps with the phone on his chest. So he will hear the indicator, and it's still the middle of the night for him because it's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. I have to stop myself from responding to him certain times of the day because I know that he will literally grab the phone and listen to it, eyes all bleary and stuff. And I don't think he should do that unless it's an emergency. So then I got to remember what I was going to tell him once it gets to be about 2 or 3 here. But you know what? Friends that you've had since you were a teenager, hard to replace and hard to forget, so. Yeah, this is where Sam brought me on a first date and told me that I was the best thing that ever happened to him in his entire life, and then told me to drop dead and get out of his face.
The reputation is well deserved.
You gotta love it.
Oh, look who's got a Laredo.
Oh. Look who's got a Laredo. That's right, I've got a couple. You wouldn't believe all the Laredo I have in my pockets. With all my little holsters and... starting to come up in the world. Who knows, maybe even have some Darkstar weapons pretty soon. Alright, there it is. Apotheosis is kicking in again. Randomly, removing any negative health effects from continuously sprinting. I like it. Thank you, Arcane. Have a good rest of your night, man. Feel better, please.
Scanning. I'm still here,
All right, let's go see if we can fight in 0G with a mouse and keyboard. That ought to be fun. Dorgan, I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. I don't know if tonight's the night you start working or if it's Monday and you work through Friday. I know you're a night man. But always lovely to see you in the chat.
Weapons check. Pew pew! All systems functional.
Ah, yes. The fine motor control of navigating a spaceship through the Starfield without a controller. Yeah, it's kind of a long story because it was kind of a long stream, but throughout the entire stream, I was flirting with Sam, and we were working on becoming a Freestar Ranger. And then we were working on his personal quest. Somewhere along the line, he caught aggro when we killed a spacer captain that was part of his quest who was attacking us. And he assumed he was a civilian for some reason. I guess it's a known thing that happens. And so he was furious with me for being a murderer. But we were still approaching the end of his personal quest line. So at a certain point in that quest line, I give him the romantic go-ahead, and he professes his undying for me and tells me I'm the best thing that ever happened to him. And then right after, tells me to drop dead, and he doesn't want to talk to me because I'm a murdering psychopath. So yeah, Sam's of two minds when it comes to the old Violet Moonshine.
Some poor sap in Aquila. I need to bring it into the shop. You got room?
Very soon. 26. Yes, coming up. End of the month.
Then we'll decide if we want to keep her as is or strip her for parts. Bay 1 is almost free. You're clear to dock with it. See you on the inside.
Oh, this is going to be something else. I can tell already.
Smooth and easy as Chunks pie. Let's see.
Smooth and easy as Chunks pie.
Expect resistance once we get inside. Something tells me they're not going to
And bored.
Probably not. Hey, what about me?
Okay, rookie. Remember, this isn't us, that's on them. Chose this thing. It's open season on assholes. It's my preference. He's more valuable that way. But if you're not...
Oh my god! Yeah, this gun kind of sucks. This gun kind of sucks, man. I like a good rifle, but... You're about to get eaten by Arcane. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? Huh? Alright, let's get a better gun going here, my friends. because this is going to be hard enough without being equipped with something lame, so... I don't know, I think he's just spoiled. Jeremy, I think he's just spoiled. You know, his whole life he's been told he's super special. But he likes to, he's a little judgy. And even worse, he doesn't give anybody the opportunity to explain, hey, by the way, that guy you think I murdered was shooting at us, and he was a red name Spacer, or Ecliptic Captain, one of the two, I don't remember. I was telling Jeremy, by the way, about, I was watching the stream that you were in, Raven, with, oh, it was the other day, and we were watching Mystic Rogue, and you were both talking about Leo Rising and the birthdays of all the Leos coming up. And when Jeremy told me it was his birthday coming up, I was like, oh my God, you're a Leo. And he was like, no, I'm a Virgo. I was like, all right, well, there you go. I just kind of assumed he was also within that Leo Rising category. Turns out he's on the cusp. Was that it? Was that all? Well, I guess I did bring a lot of friends with me, so. You know the nice thing about not using ballistics? That's getting tossed around in here by There we go. Who needs stim packs when you got level up?
Best not to leave anything useful behind.
Yeah, I don't know much about... I'm a Taurus. I don't know much about that stuff. So I sometimes get them wrong when I have to remember that it's like the middle of the 20s of the month where they switch over from one to the other. Couldn't be easy. You know, everybody in August is one thing, everybody in September is another. It's got to be all complicated and stuff. I guess the stars have moved a little bit since they first made the charts. You need orderly fame? Is there such a thing as orderly fame? Well, when I was a young rock musician, I got married at the courthouse to my lovely girlfriend who made all of my costumes. While I was wearing a Watching Alice t-shirt and a super tight pair of Peter Goldings with some Doc Martens. And she wore a black funeral gown that she sewed herself, made of crushed velvet. It didn't last long, about 6 months. But she was a Leo. And the mother of my children is also a Leo. So when the two of you started talking about Leo Rising and all the Leo birthdays, I was like, backs out of the chat very slowly. I'm scared. I'm much more of a Virgo in your old age. Oh my goodness gracious. My old age. I never feel old in real life until I get on the internet sometimes. But I guess that's the way things go, right? But you told me how old you were the other night, Raven. And with all due respect, I don't know that old age is something that you qualify for just yet. I do know that I was offered the senior discount the other day when I was in the restaurant with my folks and my cousins on a Wednesday afternoon. But I think that was just the company I was keeping, and maybe the extra flecks of gray in my little poopy part of my goatee. So.
Where have they gone?
Where is who gone? You people need to get it together. I'm coming for you. To be fair, all of my cousins were like, no, he doesn't get it. He doesn't qualify yet. He's not one of us. The waitress, who was like 12, I think, was like, oh, I didn't know. It was cute. It was more cute than horrifying. It was a little horrifying, but it was more cute than horrifying. I don't feel old until I try to file my nails. Nice. Right there with you. If I just get a couple hours less sleep than I actually probably need, I am like taking my reading glasses off at the computer, cleaning them, putting them back on, and going, why are these broken now? I don't understand. Can't see shit. I need to get into this room, man. It has been so long since I did this mission. I guess I'll have to clear these guys and maybe loot something from them. Let's see. I'm 40 and I still get asked for McLovin ID to buy alcohol. Nice. I got carded once last year, and I did the whole thing my mom would do, which is like, oh, thank you, that kind of shit. And they were like, oh, don't worry, we have to card everybody. It's a state law. And I was like, well, fuck off then. Little bastard.
Do they have anything of value?
You could have just pretended you carded me because I looked young for my age, but no. It's a good thing you don't tip the people at the liquor store, because they definitely weren't getting a tip that day. They were like 12 too, so, I blame the youth. Not kidding. The youth everywhere, like, doesn't everybody? Yes, and they always have. Plato was literally put to death for making rock and roll music that corrupted the youth of Athens, so. The song remains insane. Oh my God. What am I missing? Why is the Bethesda quest marker pointing me at the objective and not at whoever's holding the key card? Todd! Did I get it? No. More bad guys. All right. Well, it's not as hard to fight in Zero G as I thought it would be. I think part of that is picking a laser weapon to fight with. That probably helps. Definitely helps with a controller to pick a laser weapon, for sure. And it doesn't hurt here. get it? I have to sneak into the room. Aw, Jeremy, thank you. We think you're pretty great, too. Yeah, like I said, I don't generally walk around feeling old. Sometimes when the kids are around and all their friends are around and they're doing something that looks like a lot of fun, some stuff that we used to like to do, you know, climb trees or skateboard, you know, this type of thing. I have to remember, okay, don't aggravate your like pre-existing lower back aches and pains. You can't practice stunt falls with 26-year-olds. Not if you want to wake up in the morning and be able to walk, you know. Just little stuff. But that's part of life in general, I think. No big deal. You just have to kind of remember, I guess. There we go. Smoke weed on the roof. I ain't getting on no damn roof, Raven. Ain't gonna do it. I'm old enough to be gangster now. If I decided I wanted to smoke any weed, I would do it right outside in the backyard next to the barbecue like a rational, full-grown man. And anybody who had anything to say about it could go sit the hell down and wait for their burgers and brats like everybody else. Did I not already trip that trigger? Throw rocks at the trains. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm thinking you probably don't want to do that. That sounds like a federal case these days. We used to have this naval air station type thing down by my friend Tony's house in Los Alamitos, and we get our BMX bikes when we were down there in the summertime and go right up to the front gate, and you wouldn't slow down because if you slowed down they'd roust you. You know, you can't do that. But if you just rocket in past the barricades and hang a quick right and ride alongside the fence, which is just on the other side of this neighborhood, you can ride all the way around and go over to Cypress, which would save you like 4 miles of surface streets, but it was only like 1.5 miles of the perimeter of the inside fence. And they would always threaten, you know, if we catch you, we're going to call your parents and we're going to do this. We'll take your bikes away. Every once in a while, they would send some Marines, some guards, to chase us in a Jeep, but they wouldn't get off the little frontage road, so there would be trees and stuff between us and we could lose them in the trees. Nowadays, that would be an international incident, I'm pretty sure. That would be like Grand Theft Auto. It would be like on all the news programs. Potentially terrorists breached the perimeter at the Los Alamitos Naval Air Station and led the guards in a merry chase. Yeah, I did all of that, right? What is it asking me to do? I can't be asked to read and pay attention to chat at the same time. It's just too much. I'm not Oxhorn. Inventory. The sun sail. Perfect. Okay.
Ha! That's it. Lockers in the living quarters, I assume.
Jeremy says he fell off a roof once. Not
They
fun.
make it so easy sometimes.
That is, yeah, that's definitely true. It can definitely not be fun. And in your particular situation, I don't want to patronize you, but please don't hurt yourself. That said, we used to practice stuntman falls by pulling the mattresses off our beds and putting them downstairs and then taking the screen out of the upstairs window and then practice safe falling onto the mattress, which was down in the carport below the apartment window. The shit you can get away with when your parents aren't home. Or in my case, my mom's not home. like 10, 11 out there doing like there was some show on TV at the time that featured like a stuntman character. And so of course me and all my little friends thought we were stuntmen, so we
This is gonna be fun.
drug our mattresses out into the carport and then fell out of a perfectly good second story window over and over again for fun. Nowadays they have the internet. You guys don't need to do that kind of stuff. So.
You're really gonna make me sweat for this, huh?
Yes, Dad.
Spoils of victory. Hopefully they amount to something.
I just not kind of noticed I had the sunset key in my inventory, and I was like, what the heck is this for? It was from this quest, Raven. Glad to be of assistance. Did you already kill the guy? You did. Arcane, you're such a good boy. What a good boy. Well, Roach, how do you like me now? How do all the Xenos breathe in a non-breathable atmosphere? They're magic. They're Xenos. They have special baby powers of being awesome and Xeno-like. Did you see that Xeno is available in an archive-friendly flavor now? Achievement-friendly flavor. Yes. Yes. And by the way, that brings me to a perfectly good segue into something that I'd like to say. If you have not yet laid down your whole dollar, or your whole euro, I suppose, for that 100 credit purchase, and you use Xeno Master, it's a strong recommend. Now, if you use it with patches and that type of thing, and you don't really care about achievements, do it anyway. Just don't load it up. Use what you've got, because you can't use the patches with the achievement-friendly version of it, unfortunately. That's not the way creations work. But man, toss a coin to your favorite Witcher, or in this case, your favorite Xeno Master creator, because there is an achievement-friendly version out there, and it's like a whole $1, and it adds honestly more gameplay stuff than some things I've paid $5 or $6 for. So a strong recommend from the old Bubbles. If you can do it, do it. And if you haven't played Xeno Master yet, by all means, grab the free version, try it out. I think you're gonna love it. Oh man, for sure, dude. Achievement friendly is a wonderful thing to offer folks who, especially if they're not using a lot of patches and stuff, and they are really concerned about running kind of an achievement friendly load order because they're still working on their achievements or whatever. Absolutely. But at that price, even if you're running the free versions and a bunch of patches and you can't really make use of it, why not get it anyway, man? For sure. It's the nice price. And I wouldn't play Starfield without Xeno Master, personally. Now, I don't often go on, like, big collectathons where I'm trying to get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at a time. And in this particular save, like, I'm only getting 3-bar ones and that kind of thing. And I've been using the same couple of Xenos, I think, the whole time we've been streaming this character. But no matter how you play Xeno Master, no matter how you engage with it, there's just a lot of great gameplay involved in having Xenos in your party and as a focus for your adventures in planets with the fauna to support it. I'm sorry, did you shoot at me while you were standing next to a flammable, exploding bucket? Really? Because that just seems, I don't know, short-sighted at best. Heck yeah, Raven, right on. Now, granted, I am a little bit spoiled by the fact that I live in Denver, so I can't get a cup of coffee, like a medium mocha latte or whatever, for less than about $7. Movie theater tickets, for example, are $26 for IMAX. So my perception of $1 is different than everyone's. That's why I would never say this is how you should spend your money. But if you got the 100 credits and they're burning a hole in your pocket, abso-freaking-lutely. Great purchase. Oh, Roach isn't gonna like it. What do you think, Roach?
What was that? That seemed risky.
Yes.
I hope that we didn't break
It
anything
was
important.
risky. You just gotta do it sometimes, buddy. And besides, it was risky, but on a space station that I don't own and don't really care about. So, what better time than to do something risky? Or Kane, you big baby. I love your little kitty cat puppy dog face. You need a name for your Vanguard ship. Oh, Larry, you're in the right place to source that. Guys, do we have any suggestions for Larry Burns' Vanguard ship? For the name of it? Now remember, bear in mind, the Varun ship, which I'm currently testing and getting B-roll footage for and all that kind of good stuff, is the Varun AMS, which stands for All Must Serve. So what about it? United Colonies, UC. You know, it occurs to me I have no idea how to activate my Starborn powers.
Your abilities are truly amazing.
I guess it's C. That makes sense. Where do you think you're going, buddy?
Fight back.
That's what I've been saying the whole time, but you keep running. You know what? Screw you. All right, I guess you guys took care of everybody else. We'll go after this guy. Above and beyond, yeah.
You're not walking out of here.
Supra et Ultra. For any of you that took Latin in school or just remember from the quest where you join the UC as a Vanguard pilot. Where did he go? I hate it when they run. It's exhausting. All the running. Is it really necessary? Supra et Ultra. Definitely did not come the right way. Okay, this is the way we came in. Or, you know, something SEU, if you want to keep your naming scheme relatively similar, you know, yeah, Red Devil SEU, or, of course, you might want to keep the devil stuff to a minimum, because I know that very soon we may have an expanded bit of lore for our beloved Xeno Master, which will include similar nomenclature. Not exactly the same, but similar. How the hell do I get up into the where this guy went? And why did he run like this? This is weird. I've never seen... I've only done this a couple of times, so maybe never is not the right word for it, but... It seems really strange to me that he ran all the way over... into an area that is such a pain in the ass to find a way to get into. Supra et Ultra. I think it's fantastic. Yeah, and it goes right along with AMS, right? I mean, it's... same kind of vibe. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Nope, that's not it. You know, you're using kind of the slogan of the faction that the ship is inspired by and designed to be used in conjunction with. It one little bit. Oh, now you done screwed up because Arcane's got your ass. Oh my god. I'm stuck. I'm sure the mouse and keyboard will have its benefits once my muscle memory kicks in. Oh my goodness. It is a learning process to go back to mouse and keyboard on this game. What did you end up calling the one for the Freestar, Larry? Or did I see it today in that when I was in your...
Don't
hey,
shoot!
What's up?
Whoa! Hold up! You got the wrong guy. I'm not Hannibal, I swear. I just work for him.
Mo says, you know, it's random. I would mind being in a TOS, TNG, United Earth, Federation of Planets. That's where I want to live. So I wouldn't mind. I agree. I would gladly live in a Star Trek utopia if I could find my way there, for sure. And I would like be Benjamin Sisko's dad. I would have like a restaurant somewhere cool, just some hole in the wall place that served like the best damn tacos. You know, people would like come from all over the system to have tacos, you know, once a month or whatever. That would be the best. You're gonna need to elaborate on that, and fast.
Okay. It's like this, see? Hannibal rarely...
It's like that and like this and like this, yo!
He goes under an assumed identity and leaves me in charge. Sometimes it's a Drastos, sometimes it's Chase, Jackie, Scotty, whatever. He's got 100 of them. It's one of the reasons he never gets caught.
Yeah, Supra et Ultra.
I'm just Deke. Deke Hansen.
Above and beyond.
I don't want to believe him, but it makes sense.
Just like that, Roach? You're just gonna buy this line of bullshit just like that? Let's just say I believe you. No, I'm not that bloodthirsty. I have a feeling you're getting to the good part.
I ain't sure there's any parts about this you'd consider good. Whole reason he does this is in
Like
case
a
someone
Deke?
comes looking for
Don't
him.
say that.
He's gotta have at least a
One of my
couple
good friends
dozen
from
other
Rinfale's named
plans
Deke.
even I don't know about.
Luckily,
He's a way better Deke than this guy.
Whoever the hell he is.
This guy's kind of a weaselly Deke.
You didn't think that part.
He's a weasel Deke.
What do you want to do with this guy? Your call, rookie. For what it's worth, I don't remember ever seeing a bounty for a Deke Hansen.
Deke Hansen. Oh my god, I'm putting it out into the universe. Ringo, appear in chat. And tell me what to do with Deke Hansen. Shit. Yeah, it's his lucky day. Let him go. No sense wasting time if he's got no bounty.
You got it. We only get paid to bring back the bounties, not every criminal on the streets.
Yeah, I just wanted the shit from being a three-star ranger. I don't really want to, like, run around being the cop of the settled system or anything. If he's got no bounty, he can go.
And that I am not who I said I was. Darn it, I know, right?
Okay,
Anyway,
Ranger 1,
Look
FSR.
out the window. You can see I'm taking your beautiful ship. Thanks, by the way. But don't worry, I won't leave you stranded. Not that bad a guy. You'll find a container nearby with a key to an old junker that should hold
Right
up long
there.
enough to get you home. I've left you some other goodies too, just so there's no hard feelings. It should unlock now. As for me, I think I'm out of the stolen ship business after this, so I won't trouble you anymore. So long, and thanks for playing.
I had Latin, Spanish, and a little bit of German in high school. And I remember very little of it. Like, I can ask for cigarettes. I can remember more of the Latin because it was far more useful when playing MMOs back in the late 90s. You know, coming up with guild names and that type of thing. But yeah, I wish I had been more immersed so that I would have had to keep up with those, because definitely being able to speak even conversationally 2 or 3 languages is way preferable to being barely able to speak my native language, which is the position I find myself in now. Okay, I think we're done here. Let's go find out what's in the box. What's in the box, man? What's in the box? Shipbreaker's cutter. Yeah, I've already got Heller's cutter. What do I need the Shipbreaker's cutter for? Okay. Good enough. Good enough.
God damn, he wasn't kidding. This thing looks like it can barely fly.
Still, that Hannibal is something else. Could have marooned us, left us to starve. At least we can get home.
You don't know if this ship is booby-trapped. You're far too trusting, Roach. We had to learn French in school. Can I have a conversation in French? No. Your last name is Spanish, Jeremy. Yes. Since we have become
Hey, Dad,
friends on
I've got
Xbox,
something for you.
apparently we can see each other's real names. So, I don't mind. I don't really care, honestly, but I can see why it's important for a lot of people to keep that kind of stuff pretty private and secret. So I won't be spilling yours on chat, but I can confirm it is a Spanish last name, for sure. Tell me something interesting, Derek.
Saturn is lighter than water. Although Saturn is the second largest planet in the solar system, it is also its lightest. This is because Saturn is mostly made of gas, and therefore, in principle, should
Dan, are you
float
feeling
in
okay?
water.
My scanners tell me that
While
you're
this
injured.
principle appears logical in theory, it remains unproven until someone builds a bathtub big enough to test the theory.
Saturn's lighter than water, and if we had a big enough bathtub, we could float Saturn in water. I think I've heard that somewhere else too, but it's great that Derek knows it. I loved also that he played a recording of that Tell Me Something Interesting, Derek, so that he could take the time in the middle of the recording to tell me that I was hurt and I probably needed medical assistance. That's the best. Derek, I'm going to need you to stop blocking the captain's chair. He's like, no, I insist. You must actually sleep before you can fly. And unfortunately, that's just not possible because there's no place to do that.
Hi, Dad.
Here. I squeezed by. Yes, I did. Most of it to be Security Chief Odo or an admiral passing through, walking out with a taco after some diplomacy. There you go. That's what I like to hear, Mo. And I tell you what, if I ever find myself in a Star Trek utopia, or somewhere in London town, I've got a cool-ass little taco restaurant.
Not sure if that's because of the lack of sound in space or the stars.
Your tacos are on the house, my friend. All right, don't bump into any rocks or anything, Bubble. This ship is not long for this world. Can I even repair this ship? I'm not going to waste repair parts on this ship. We're just going to fast travel back to Aquila City. Now, if I were Hannibal, by the way, here's what I would have done. I'd have put a box with contraband on this ship so that when we went back to Aquila, we were immediately rousted by the authorities there for carrying Aurora or something like that. You know? Because that would have been funny, trying to explain that one to the authorities. No, wait, we're not the guys you want.
At the Laredo storefront.
Wow, here we are
appreciate
again.
the
It's more interesting than New Atlantis, but not as fun as Neon.
The services deck is in the hut up at the front.
You're out there a lot, right?
I mean, in theory, I am out there a lot. There's Tommy!
The legendary Ashta of Aquila. It takes a true Xeno Master to tame a beast such as this. Violent, aggressive, but incredibly capable and loyal.
I think
I wouldn't take that into Aquila City.
I think Hannibal is
The
more
locals might start to
chaotic,
panic.
good. Maybe chaotic neutral, leaning towards good. And it's just not his style to put you into a situation that you couldn't have foreseen. He might tell you that he did it, but it's your only ride back, and then let you like spend hours out there tearing it apart trying to find the contraband before you find a note that says, "Psych, I didn't really put any contraband on your ship." It seems like he's got more of that kind of character to him, but if he was more of an ass, for sure. And definitely considering we killed all of his workers, friends. I like to think they probably were friends after a certain point, but yeah, he could have definitely got us into a lot of trouble. He just didn't think of it. You look like you've explored different worlds and know how to tame Xenos. What world would you recommend for finding aliens?
Oh, Hyla 2 is a unique planet with some very cool Xenos. Large floating pillows, lockjaws, and there's a really cool mantis creature I've only seen there. Definitely a must-see for any Xeno Master.
Thanks, Tommy. You're the best.
For you? Only the best for a fellow Xeno Master.
All right, throwables. I will take everything you got any way you want it. All of it. Thank you very much. I will take those med packs, by the way. You never know when those are going to come super clutch. I will take all of the Xenopet treats and Xeno Master food for sure. I will take all of your resources because I don't really see the point of buying a spaceship when I'm going to be unlocking the AMS as soon as I get one more rank of Starfighter pilot. And then I've got plenty of that, but we'll take those batteries. Thank you, sir. What can you tell me about this place?
Coming to Aquila City always helps to ground me. Literally, why is everything so heavy here? Oh yeah, gravity. Funny how that works, right? This city is great. I mean, super heavy, muddy, and a filter in the air that makes everything look orangish brown. And the Ashta. I will say though, you really should get an Ashta while you're here. Just don't bring it into the city.
All right, Tommy. I'll try to keep that in mind. But between you and me,
If you need me, come find me.
It's a little late for that. And as you pointed out when I walked up, but you know what? You're aware enough. I'm gonna let it slide for sure. And we better save, otherwise Brits is gonna have our guts for garters, as the old pirate captains would say.
Is there any type of weapon combat tech won't make?
Was that a hypothetical question or rhetorical? I have no idea. Who the hell's Combat Tech? Bro, what are you doing to me here? You doing a survey or? Alright, whatever. The restaurant's for the champion, sir. Absolutely.
Welcome back, recruit. I assume your return means you have successfully completed your mission. But where is Hannibal?
I'll let you say it, rookie.
Well, it's like this. Roach had a fantastic plan, but Hannibal proved to be too slippery.
Understood. In your evaluation, Roach, was it a flaw in the plan or the execution?
Neither. It was a failure of intel. We could only act on the information we had.
Oh man, Arcane, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
Everything else went sideways.
But I hope we can provide just a little bit of comfort to you while you're watching.
That was also somehow Hannibal's doing.
More importantly, Roach, how do you evaluate your partner's performance?
Even if we didn't catch our target, Rookie here did a good job. I stood back and advised. Rookie did most of the work. They'd make a good tracker.
I trust your endorsement, Roach. With that, your assessment is complete. Roach believes you did well. Welcome to the Trackers Alliance. Other bounties on the display will be available to you, as will the downstairs lounge. There, you will find the elite bounty.
So what do you guys think? Is no one a Starborn? My character doesn't know anything about Starborn because they're a brand new character.
This is how other
But speaking hypothetically as people who have all played Starfield, do you think no one here, number one, is a Starborn? Ooh, I get to pick a name. Oh, yeah. Oh, I could be Raven, but I'm a complete blonde, and that just doesn't seem right. But I could be Raven in Raven's honor. I could be Tempest. I could be Terror. I could be Wraith. Ooh, I like Wraith. That's nice. Nova's cool too. Let's see. Wait, let's put that together with the name. So we've got Violet Moonshine. Violet Nova Moonshine. Violet Shadow Moonshine. Violet Wraith Moonshine. The Wraith Violet Moonshine.
Let us not waste our moments.
Yeah, give me a second. Don't rush me. Freaking weirdo. The Tempest? Nah, I'm not really Stormy. Wraith.
Henceforth.
Nova! I should look at my second screen. Well, I went with Wraith. I mean, I guess we could always save scum back to entering the door.
Don't let it go to your head, or you'll end up like me.
Could we? We can. Boom! Let's go with Nova. I was going back and forth between Wraith and Nova. And we would definitely do Raven in your honor, but as a blonde, that just seems so wrong.
Welcome back, recruit. I assume your return means you have successfully completed your mission. But where is Hannibal?
I'll let you say it, rookie.
Yeah. It was a great plan. Yada 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 yada.
I'll fill you in later.
Yada.
Even if we didn't catch up.
Yeah. Guy's popping in and out of existence like a Starborn for sure.
Welcome to the Trackers Alliance. Lastly, you will.
Alright, we're gonna be Nova.
It is affirmed. Henceforth, you shall be known among trackers as Nova.
Alright. There we go. Raven approved. We're Nova.
You ever want to learn
This
from
is an
the best?
official bounty.
We'll grab this
commissioned
one.
by the Free Star
But we're
government.
not gonna do it today.
It has come to our attention that the mercenary known as the Vulture has become
I see you, buddy. Thanks for everything, man.
Recent reports indicate
Dan, are
the
you
target
feeling okay?
is operating on the planet's new body.
Oh no, Christina's got back and neck pains as well. I just have the lower back. Conveniently enough, pops up as soon as I try to do something like dishes. Just the right amount of stooping. Or sitting in a chair too long. Holla if you fear me. How is it going, buddy? Good to see ya. Welcome in, my friend. Bubbleonia, I love it. What a great nickname.
You getting a scrape? Best come see me after.
I need help, Doc.
Okay, let's see how bad it is.
Well, it's bad enough that my robot won't shut up.
Worse. Bad news is not many. This won't take long.
Help me, Doc. Help me clean my wounds.
Now get out of here so I can help someone else. Stay safe. I mean.
How you doing, Holla? I haven't seen you in like a week or so. I haven't caught you live either, man. How's things going? Are you doing good? You still doing that P energy thing, or what's been happening in Holla's world? Look at Clyde the Toadface just running around.
Could have gone down so much worse.
Love it. But we need to run back over here to the ship services technician and make sure we switch back to our actual ship, because I am not flying that junk heap around. No way, no how. Not gonna do it.
Got anything you need to offload? Need some work done?
Yeah, I'd like to view and modify my ships, please, sir. Playing Life is Strange True Colors. All right, cool. Very cool. And congrats on the new job, man. Right on. I don't want to register it. Really? Can I just sell it? No, I have to register it first, huh? Fine. Now can I sell it? I mean, it's crap. Ship builder? Is that how you get in here and sell this sucker? Oh god, I don't even know. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's get into our actual ship here. The Star Eagle. And we'll make it our home ship. And we're done. And can you do me a huge solid and top off my fuel tanks? All right, let's catch up on chat here for a second. Okay, we're talking about back injuries and stuff. Physio, osteopath to realign and adjust. I need my kid around. My youngest is a mountain of a child. At 24, he's like 6'2", 265, like a linebacker. And he's got this crazy long hair, but he'll come in and he'll grab me and he'll look me in the eye, but grab me around the waist and he'll go, "Are you good?" And if I say I'm good, he'll lift me up off my feet and then squeeze across like the whole part of his chest, and it'll pop my back like, and it'll set me up for a couple days. I'll be doing fine. Don't be sorry. Not at all. I was just wanting to make sure that it wasn't, you know, you weren't trying to get my attention or something. I don't want to be like sound kind of egotistical, you know. I mean, if it wasn't something I didn't have to answer or whatever, but you guys are talking, you and Jeremy, about you know, your backs and your necks and that type of stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. I love it, by all means. But he'll pick me up and go, "Are you good?" And sometimes I'm like, "No, dude, please don't right now." He'll just plant a kiss on my forehead and put me back down. But yeah, he's a mountain. It's awesome. Oh, he does it just right. He's just the right height for it, because he's just like maybe an inch or an inch and a half taller than me. But he's got much broader shoulders and bigger arms, you know, in his 24ness. And he can just lift me up just right and just like he kind of leans back just a little bit and kind of squeezes with both arms, you know, kind of, I don't know, it's hard to describe. But anyway, whatever he's doing, it does this perfect back popping thing when he does it. And I could definitely use that right this second, for sure.
Good to be back.
Not at all in comparison to Jeremy or yourself. I'm just commiserating with the general idea of back and neck type issues. That's the least of the lovely services he provides. Let me tell you a little story where we're getting ready to go and do the next thing here. I think we'll do one more quest tonight, and then we're gonna call it a relatively early night compared to last night. A normal night in Bubble Land otherwise. But yeah, we're gonna start this, but we're not gonna finish it. Because I want to check in with Hopetown and see if my remembrance, my memory of Hopetown is the same, and that is still something that can be done after you've replaced Ron Hope in Hopetown. In other words, that Hope Industries or whatever is still up and running and still making the same kinds of deals. But yeah, my youngest sends me this thing the other day. He's an amazing writer, and he sends me this thing the other day, and it's for his new D&D game. He has created this kind of pirate fiction, but it's really out there and very different. And one of the things is the description of one of his races. They're basically a fungal colony that takes the place of and does the same type of thing as gnomes or goblins in normal fantasy worlds. And he wrote up this amazing write-up of their physiology and kind of how it works from a nuts and bolts level, how they breed or spawn. It's all fungal related kind of colony. There's a kind of a group intelligence, but it was like 3 pages of the most amazing write-up, and I'm like, oh, I wish I, was able to play in that D&D campaign. But it's the one he's running in his new house. He moved out about 4 months ago. And so this is when I get to hear about, vicariously and not get to play him. But it's an amazing story. So not only is he terrific for popping backs, but he's also a hell of a dungeon master.
Welcome to Paradiso. Jiro Sukiyama at your service. Do you have a security concern, or is there something else I can help you with?
I'm here about that distress call you sent.
Ah, yes, of course. I'm glad you came. As you can imagine, we're in a bit of a predicament. Under normal circumstances, we would not enlist outside help in this manner. But this is a matter we can't afford to worry our guests about.
Mo says Violet.
As such,
Violet Moonshine's sister is Valerie Hooch. Valerie Hooch
Failing
Starlight.
on your part to do so could have severe consequences. So, before
well,
we
don't forget
proceed,
Violet's
can you swear not
great
to
uncle
discuss
Dick Moonshine
this with
and all the
anyone
wisdom that he's
else
imparted over the
unless
years.
explicitly directed to do so?
Understood, I swear it. I swear it. Wow, that's... Let me know what you need me to do. Yeah, I agree. Just hurry up and tell me what you want. Can we find something a little bit in the middle of that? I guess not. Okay.
Great. I appreciate it. Not too long ago, a strange and
well, the
enormous
funniest thing
ship
about this
appeared
quest
in
is that you
Verena
have
space.
to
It is now
sit there
locked
and
in
listen
orbit
to the
around our planet. So far,
corporate suits
doesn't seem to be
upstairs as they
hostile.
insinuate that
Any
maybe
attempts
the
to
world would be a better
communicate with
place
it
if
have
you
been
just
in
blew
vain,
up the ship.
So we're unsure of the ship's intentions.
Seems like a delicate situation. Go on.
It is. Whatever's going on, we need to approach this with care. First, see if you have
Nice,
more
Jeremy.
luck communicating with them.
I bought a Powerball
If not,
ticket the other day.
You may have to try boarding.
And I
Whatever you
daydreamed
do,
for at least a
it's
half
important to
hour on the
remember
way
the
home after I bought the ticket that if I
diplomacy
won, I was going to
or
open up like a...
whatever's on board.
I don't know.
As soon as
Not a
you have any more
compound. That's a bad
information,
word for it.
Report to Oliver Campbell. He's the CEO of Paradiso.
A beautiful
All formal decisions
colony
will need to go through him.
for
He'll have
artists
your
and
pay.
streamers and musicians to gather and play games together and, not have to pay rent or expensive utilities. Sadly, I did not win. I didn't even get the Powerball. I never play unless it's like 400 plus million.
I'm sure whatever you work out with Oliver will be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I did not win, so dream denied. A streamer commune. Yes. Yes. Inspired by your story of having to pay double the rent, I was like, oh, hell no. We could do better. A streamer commune.
Be taking off immediately, or
Get
are
all
there
the
other
cool
matters that
kids, you
require
know?
your attention?
40 or 50 acres.
Hi, Dan.
Nice path with maybe some souped up golf carts to drive to the central barbecue / taco location. You know, outdoor projector and large screen for watching movies. Musical instruments and a little recording studio in a side building. And then every separate bungalow would have its own streaming center, you know, that could be customized and tricked out. You gotta have a fantasy when you buy a ticket every once in a while when you buy one. Otherwise, what's the point, right? You lay down your $3 and you've got a little fantasy that you can live for a half hour or 45 minutes. Probably why we don't win, because we actually have a pretty good idea of what we might do with it.
How fast do you think we could go if we really, really push the engines?
But yeah, not just streamers, but like some musicians that I know, you know, artists. My oldest, who's an amazing artist, both digitally and with paint and watercolors and, you know, pen, drawing, all that type of stuff. And some of their friends, obviously, because they're terrific artists and they're all the starving artist kind of, you know, stereotype, I guess. Same thing I was when I was their age, so I can't really blame them for that. But like I said, if you're gonna buy a lottery ticket, have a dream. That's my philosophy. Am I not allowed to target this thing? There we go. All right. Ooh, spooky, ghosty sounds. I love it. Well, folks, we know all about this. They're not going to answer because I don't think our gear speaks the same language. The digital handshake just isn't present. But you know, for generations after this, these people are going to have a story to tell their grandkids, right? So, true story, we finally got where we were going, and we didn't know how to make contact with the people that we found that were already there. And then they sent somebody, and when they opened the door, a woman, well-armed, another woman, not quite as well-armed, a monster, and a giant robot walked out of the door and said hello. It's almost like the beginning of a joke. You just need to kind of workshop it a little bit. Yeah, we're not getting anywhere with this at all. It's just annoying sounds. All right. I think we're going to have to go ahead and risk it. We're going to have to risk a docking and see what comes up with it. You once dressed as the tardigrade from New Homestead. Did they have a reaction? Did they have a custom reaction for it? Oh my god. Please tell me they did. Please tell me they did.
How can I be of service, Captain?
Now see, that sounds like a mod right there. That right there is a whole ass mod.
Hi, Dad.
Stay alert. Weapons at the ready.
Remain calm. There's no reason to suspect whatever it is.
All right, all you maniacs. Remain calm. We're not here to freak anybody out, all right?
You're human.
Well, I mean, two of us are. Yeah. I didn't know there were any other options, though.
Oh, pardon my ignorance. We just didn't expect to find people out here.
We didn't think anyone else left Earth before us.
You thought you were the only ones? I am afraid you have been unaware of a great many things.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Jeremy, you'd be right there with us, buddy,
Manners.
if you wanted to be.
I'm Captain
For
Diana
sure.
Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
I'm Violet Moonshine. I'm here to help. Wait, don't tell me you're gonna ask me for some sort of huge favor. Sarcastic, but true. What is this ship?
You've come aboard the Earth colony
Community
ship,
manager.
Constant.
There you go, Jeremy.
Generation.
Mo's got the right idea.
Years ago, we set forth from the planet Earth with the mission of colonizing a new habitable world in the spirit of our ancestors nearly a millennium ago.
Don't tell me you're about to ask me for some sort of huge favor.
Oh. Hopefully it won't inconvenience you too much, but we're in a bind. See, you're the only one to approach us, and we really need your help. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by, well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and the others.
We're definitely not a cult. No. No. More of a commune, really, than a cult. Hi, Briarshade. Great to see you, Briarshade. Everybody say hi to Briarshade. Briarshade. We're getting pretty close to wrapping up here, Briarshade, for the night. Bubbles had a long one last night, and I got to work tomorrow, so... but love to see you. Everybody, if you haven't been over to check out Briarshade on Twitch, to the best of my knowledge, Briar's just on Twitch. Briar is a fantastic streamer and just nonstop, funny as hell, and just the kind of controlled chaos, or not always controlled chaos, that I thrive on, so.
If you don't need me anymore, I have a ship to run.
Well, here's the thing. You know, the others are human beings and they were here first.
Of course, we know that now. Human or not, we were still unable to communicate our intentions. As soon as we discovered them, we fully expected negotiations would be necessary. Now then, please follow me.
Of course, how was
There's
your
much
stream,
to discuss
Briar?
First. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge.
You were kicking a ton of ass with like last we saw,
Dr.
last we
Costa,
spoke.
You may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge.
Funny story. Two girls, a robot, and a monster walk into a colony ship. Oh no. One of my Xenopets seems to be a bit famished. They need to be fed Xenopet meal kits. They can be made from the Xenoweapons lab, which I do have, but I think I'm full up on the kits as well. Ask them, are you hungry? Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Welcome to the Earth colony ship, Constant.
All right, let's get where we're going, and then we'll make sure Arcane gets fed.
Researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war.
Okay, one thing I don't like about mouse and keyboard so far is I can't control my walking speed as easily as I could with the controller.
He fully believed Earth was destined to be
Not that it was perfect, but there was a way to kind of slightly lean on the left stick a little bit and walk forward and kind of match the speed of the NPC I was following. Now I'm doing this kind of
we were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever
kind of
constructed
shuffle.
on Earth at the time.
It's not quite as good.
If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on
Nice!
this ship.
Congratulations!
It
That
really
is
goes
so
to show there are no
awesome!
limits to human
250.
ingenuity and perseverance.
Yes!
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Gentlemen?
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
All right, all right, all right. I'm not trying to cause any trouble.
So, here we are. Let's talk. No matter the outcome, I won't let my crew down.
Congratulations, Briarshade. Make sure that information gets put up on some location I have access to so that I can see when that is going to be, and I will plan to be there. I love it. Sounds like you could use some help with your situation here.
Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a
You've
sort
got a
of
weird bat file that fixes
between us and
mod
them
that
as we
fixes
attempt
this?
to
Are you talking
resolve our
about
situation.
the SS Constant,
Does that
or are you
sound
talking
agreeable
about
to
feeding
you?
the Xenos? Yeah, Funky Town was big in the roller rinks. Trust me, Arcane. I think you remember probably. It was definitely a vibe at the roller rink, for sure. My first job ever, by the way, was handing out skates and taking people's shoes and sticking them into little cubby holes in place of their skates and holding onto those shoes until they returned with their skates. That was my very first job ever at 14 and a half. The people in Paradiso want the same. I'll help.
Ah, so they have a name. Paradiso.
Round and round,
And
yeah,
it sounds promising that they sent you here to speak with us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here.
Oh, talking about
We'd
the
like
walk
you to go
speed,
speak
yes.
to them on our behalf and help
My
us negotiate
God.
a solution, preferably one that favors
They walk
us.
faster than you walk, but slower than you run. And all I could think is that the developers for BGS games get a huge kick out of that. I'll try, but diplomacy may require compromise.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
But we
she's
need
all-
to start
yeah,
from
yeah,
a
sure.
firm
Yeah, anyway,
position
yeah.
and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such. But initially, I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there.
God, I love that you dream so big, though. That is just, no wonder they made you captain. I mean, not that your dad and his dad wasn't captain before, but still, I love that you dream big. It's adorable. All right.
Now, it makes little sense to give up before you try. Thank you, and good luck.
All right, little buddy.
It's out there. Things are gonna be more
Are
interesting from here on
you
out.
hungry? Look at that. Bon vivant. How you doing, buddy? Such a good boy. He's such a good boy. Yeah, I guess our relationship is coming along quite famously. Hi, Andrea. She's more than just a little delusional, for sure. It's kind of adorable in how enthusiastic she is with her delusions.
We got strict rules around here.
Like, she has to realize that they sent me up to find out what was going on with her, and she's sending me right back down going, see if you can get rid of all of them. Like, just get rid of them. Just
Never seen a ship like yours.
get rid of them. What's up, Vasco?
Good day, Captain. I will await your next order here.
Jeremy, good night. I'm
Say
getting
the
ready to
word,
do my little
and we
sign
shall
off
be
here.
on
We
our
get
way.
back down to the planet. But we're going to call it a night as well in the next 5 minutes or so. But before we do, I just want to thank all you lovely people for coming along for the ride today and putting up with this janky-ass mouse and keyboard gameplay that I am clearly not used to. But I felt like it would be fun to try a new thing, and since my current controller is not quite working at 100%,
Nice to see you.
now seems like a better time than any other, so. Thorgan. Jeremy, Mr. Community Manager, that's right. So we had fun. We did a bunch of stuff in and around Aquila City, which is definitely my favorite of all of the cities. I love them all, actually, but I love Aquila City. I love the world of Aquila City, the world that it's on, and all the Xenos and stuff out there and about. We need to get one of those long necks, and we'll probably do that at the beginning of the next stream. But in the meantime, let's undock and land down there, and then we'll say our goodbyes. If you haven't yet, make sure you check out Thorgan Ironside. He is just the chillest, most relaxing vibe for me, and just listening to his expertise in Starfield, he knows more than I've even barely begun to learn. And he's a fellow Xeno Master. You gotta love that. No, let's not shoot at the planet. Let's land there. My goodness, why is it so hard to control? Oh, that's Paradiso. That's why we're not going there. Or are we? Yes, we are. I'm so confused, man. Thorgan, I do not have my little linky thing set up. I hope that I can get that done this week. It's an effort that I have not yet been able to slot in time for, but it needs to get done. Likewise for Ghost Rider. Get over there and check out a Ghost Rider stream. Ghost Rider 321 is the creator of the Xeno Master mod, and honestly, the warm, bright center that a lot of us have clustered around in our love for Starfield. I don't think any of us would play Starfield without Xeno Master at this point. So check out Ghost, check out Briar, absolutely freaking check out Briar. Check out Ravenswift. Ravenswift does Starfield, does Skyrim, does Fallout every single time. It's a trip, and it's a lovely watch. Fantastic voice, fantastic streamer. My friend Hala, if you fear me, is the P Master. Does Expedition 33 and is currently, I'm trying to scroll back, Hala, I apologize. He said what he was playing and it went in one ear, stayed there for a little while, rattled around, and then leaked out through my other ear because I'm an asshole. But I can't see it offhand. But he's kind of a variety streamer, but he specializes in those twitchy kind of games that I don't have the reflexes for anymore, but amazing to watch. I've seen some boss fights in that Pinocchio game, The Life of P, The Color of P, something. Anyway, it's slipping my brain. I'm tired. But that were like a half hour long, and he made it entertaining every step of the way. So Hala's fantastic. That's Vixen, of course, my partner in crime on Thursdays. Amazing at Dune. Amazing in her World of Warcraft streams, her Fallout 76 streams, and way more of a Fallout player in her own right than I am. She's actually played the first 2 games. I've never made it through those. Yeah, the list goes on, man. You guys are... you mean the world to me. You really do. Christina, Jeremy, the community manager, Mo, of course, always here bringing the good cheer, funny, and a man of extreme taste from an extremely civilized portion of the world. I tip my non-existent hat to you, sir. Thorgan, I think we're starting to repeat ourselves at this point, and I hope that I haven't forgotten anybody. Bamboozler, always in the chats. Synthetic Psalms, the maker of the music that we all love, that we can play without being copyright striked by crappy corporations who want their fingers in all of our pockets every step of the way. Screw them, and big ups to Synthetic Psalms. But you guys made my night once again, and I appreciate everything about you. And you lurkers too, if you guys had fun, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I wouldn't mind if you came back again for the next time around. I would love it. It would mean the world to me. Thanks so much. Have a beautiful night, my friends. And keep rocking the settled systems, or the wasteland, or Arrakis, wherever your dreams take you. Larry Burns, before I cut off, I spent a half hour in chat with Larry today, looking at his brand new ship, and we talked tonight about the Supra et Ultra. How could I forget to mention Larry Burns? And we got to do a shout out to our friend Will too. He's not here tonight. My God, Thorgan, you're a lifesaver. I appreciate you. Larry, we love you dearly. Thank you so much for your ships. Okay, I really am going to hit the button and say goodnight.